Some electricians think steel conduit is an outdated Raceway solution. There's even a myth that it takes twice as long to install as MC cable, but that's simply not true. Conduit is faster to install than you might think, and it provides a wide range of long-term advantages. To help you compare conduit and MC cable, two electricians will demonstrate how to install them. Every worker approaches installation a bit differently, so these electricians consulted with industry experts when planning their process and preparing their test environment. Both installations were designed to provide power to the same equipment with identical circuits. The installations use the same supports, placed 6 feet apart, even though the code for EMT allows 10-foot intervals between supports. Let's get started.
Today we're going to have two journey persons installing one of an 1¼ inch conduit and a 3/4 inch conduit. And then the second install will be an MC cable install with 6 separate MC cables. Our two electricians found box A, let's call it, or box 1, and they decided to start at that location. They made sure that they had an opening in there. They found a connector, put a connector in, and then started a measurement process where they took a measurement from the box to that first rack. When they found that, they knew they had to make a 90-degree bend. So they took their conduit, measured it out properly, and bent to 90. They installed that across the top of the rack. They supported the conduit, made sure that it was square and straight. Once they did that, they continued on to that second box. Once the conduit's in and we assured that our connections are tight, we have to get something in the conduit so we could pull the wire. In this particular installation, we just used a fish tape. Now once you get that fish tape in, then we make that head up, we tape it up, and we can just pull it in from one end to the other end. And cut your wires to length and you're ready to go. First of all, the thing you notice is they had installed 6 separate runs of MC cable of varying sizes. This particular installation, we used one wheel. It was short enough distance that we didn't have to use multiple wheels. And then they verified their lengths on each side, and they made their cuts. They stripped their armor cable back, the armor jacket off, and installed the wire and armor cable into the connection points into both boxes.
Let's compare the two wiring methods. Conduit requires a hand tool or bender and is easy to move around the job site. MC cable doesn't require bending tools, but it can be hard to manipulate, especially larger sizes, longer runs, and multiple circuits. Conduit slides easily onto supports and connects quickly. It fastens to supports, which are typically at 10-foot intervals, and wires and cables install quickly and easily. The whole process takes much less time than you might expect. In contrast, MC cable requires a pulling system, but no connections are needed between the enclosures. It fastens to supports, which are typically at 6-foot intervals, and is pre-filled with wires. With conduit, you can easily add circuits after installation. But MC cable does not allow for the addition of circuits. Conduit is more streamlined. This installation required only 2 runs. It looks neat and takes up far less space when installed per code, giving the design engineer more options. In contrast, MC cable is less streamlined. As this installation consisted of 6 runs, it looks messy and takes up more space. Conduit is easy to cut, with no risk of damaging conductors. This installation required only 4 box terminations. Stripping MC cable for termination is also easy, but must be done carefully to prevent damage. And this installation of MC cable required 12 box terminations. As we've seen, conduit and MC cable are comparable solutions in terms of their setup and installation processes. But conduit offers additional specific advantages. Conduit is also more aesthetically appealing and easier to terminate. The remaining wire can be used for any combination of circuits, while remaining cable can only be used for similar circuits. Other long-term benefits of conduit include more physical protection, inherent grounding, EMI shielding, flame resistance, and allowing for future expansion. Altogether, Conduit's protective qualities and flexibility contribute to its long-term cost savings. When you consider the simplicity of the installation and all the benefits throughout the life of the Raceway, Conduit is the clear winner in wiring. Learn more at steeltubeinstitute.org.